Business Live Global! I am Johnny Boy, the Consumer Monkey McDonald, here with yet another show to excite and delight you. Listen out for our guests' tune at the end of their interview. And if you want to participate in a show that I host, then get in touch and we can talk. We want anything that's going to interest people, add value, or help the community. Have a listen out to today's guests. 3. He will guarantee to get jaws to drop and light bulbs to switch on. I give you Gareth Wax. Gareth, hello, how are you?
Crowd go wild. I'm pretty good, actually. How are you?
Oh, I was doing the crowd for you. Yeah, I'm brilliant. Thanks very much. Having a great day. So listen, you're here on Business Live Global Radio, and I know that you're passionate about actually people presenting themselves correctly. So what is your, or what do you see as your business mission?
I want to get people to communicate authentically. And specifically on LinkedIn, I want to stop people from going out and out to try and create sales funnels and process them too rapidly. I tend to find, and we've all seen this, I'm sure you'll chime along with me. Somebody approaches you unwarranted. It happens. I've got no issues with that. They say, my name is so-and-so. I'd like you to be part of my extended network. And so, yes, it's a bit boring, but okay, I'll allow it. You connect them up. And then 30 seconds later, they're trying to sell you their Okie Kokie 2000. They've slid into your DMs. They're talking to you. They're apologizing initially. Oh, apologize if this is so direct. You know it's wrong, so why are you apologizing? You already know it's wrong. And you're already trying to close me down. Or you're at least, and I know you're going to say, no, we're not. We're just trying to introduce an idea. No, you're trying to close them down. You've given them no bounds or no basis on which they could trust you. They haven't even got the very shred of belief in what you represent. They have no idea why you should believe that they can do what they say they can do. They've got no evidence, because unfortunately all of this relies on one thing that none of us can control, which is time. You need to give time and give the ability for critical thinking. You of all people will understand about that. You've got to allow time for critical thinking. So that's why my mission is to help people put out a pitter patter. I liken it to an old iron wok. Bear with me, I will get there. Old iron wok. As we know, an old iron wok, you shouldn't wash it too thoroughly. You shouldn't scrub it, because it gradually builds up a patina, which is a whole host of flavor that confers extra flavor onto the food you're cooking in it. In the same way, and I know it's a bit of a stretch, if you put out a whole range of different short posts, long posts, confirmatory posts, testimonials, referrals, gratitude posts, reflection of somebody else's.
Just to actually clarify then, so your business mission is to come across with authenticity. I absolutely recognize what you say. The other day I had an approach and it wasn't even a human, it was a chatbot, because when I responded differently, it just went on to the next line. So it is endemic, but do I pay you to create my communication?
I call it 80% outsource. We don't want to remove control, or take away facility. What we are effectively is an augmentation. We're looking for people who fall into one of three camps. People have no time poor, perceive that they could be promoting themselves, their concepts, their ideas, their personal brand, their business brand through LinkedIn, but haven't got enough time to do it justice. 2, people who have no real interest in it, but realize that it's relevant, and they want to make sure it's done properly and want to look for experts and people who know what they're doing. And 3, the people who can't be asked, but still realize that if somebody else could be asked, they'd probably do better on LinkedIn. If you fall into one of those 3 camps, or potentially all 3, then we can help you, because what we'll do is, in the same way of a VA, we'll give you back some time by doing the run-of-the-mill stuff. We'll also create engagement by thinking of ways outside the box. And I'm going to do a very crooked bridge to my own neurodiversity in a second.
Okay.
I'll explain why that's relevant. I am autistic. I see the world through different eyes to most people. I believe the latest stats is 2 in 33 people tend to be neurodiverse. So that makes me fairly rare. On top of that, I'm articulate, even rarer. And on top of that, I can cope with looking at people in their eyes for more than 2 seconds at a time. That makes me the rarest beast of all. And also, by actual definition, I will not so much see things out of the box and think or outside the box. I will say, why does it have to be a box?
So what role does your neurodiversity, or what role has it played in your business growth?
Oh, it's since I embraced it, and it took a while. When you hear the news that you are not like every other Tom, Dick, or Harriet, it can be a little bit of a shock. Initially, it was a shock to me, and then it became I thought it made me feel special. I don't mean like special bus. I mean as in special, as in that perhaps I had extra facility. Then I thought, is it holding me back? And then finally, I thought it can propel me forward. And that's where it became useful. Every business interaction I start with, I say, before we get any further, let me give you my caveats. And they are as following. I don't understand social cues. I find facial expressions confusing. I find body language tends to contradict the facial expression, so that makes it even more confusing. So I've taken an executive decision, which is to ignore the whole bloody lot. And what that means is, you take me as I present myself. I am always a literalist. I will always define things in terms that will be understood by you, because I will make them lowest common denominator, so everyone should understand it. I will always define your expectations, and then hopefully smash them and exceed them. But I'll always do it that way.
Yeah, so I mean, literally, you're guiding people through, and I would say that actually the frankness and straightforwardness of people on the ASD is refreshing to me, because it saves so much time with all the emotional nonsense, just like exactly. Yeah, I get you. So tell me about, because we're running out of time. It goes so quickly.
But more and more I'm hearing that neurotypicals find it refreshing, because they know they can just remove the masking veil and just communicate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think it's an extremely good point, and obviously an insight that you get from all the clients that you deal with. So the SSI, what is the SSI in LinkedIn?
Right. And also, I've got a little tip for everybody. I've created a fast link to get you there. So first things first, everybody listening, I want you to go https:// tiny URL, which is a shortening device, URL shortening device, tiny URL, tinyurl.com/find my SSI. Do that now. Find my Sierra Indigo. Now,
Okay, so what we'll do is you'll give me that link and we'll put it in the show notes. I wouldn't expect someone to be able to get that from the way you've just described it, but tell me what the SSI is.
social selling index. Up until now, it's been, well, up until fairly recently, because it's been around for a while, but it's been very difficult to quantify how well you are engaging and engageable on LinkedIn. It's very difficult. And what LinkedIn have done is give us this tool, and arguably focused on recruiters, but let's move beyond that, but which will enable you in one figure to define as a percentage through tools that they provide internally how well you're perceived and how well you perceive. And it comes up with this figure out of 100. Now, this is just from trialing it with lots and lots of profiles and lots of people. But I can tell you from experience, if you are below 70, you're not making the best fist of it.
So what we'll do is you'll supply me the link so people can do that. We'll put that in the show notes as well. Now we've got a song coming up from Encrypted Love featuring you called Feel It Out. And thanks very much for being with us today. Gareth Wax, see you soon.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
I said don't cry, but I lie to yourself. You've learned to hide your cry in your shell. 'Cause tough guys, they don't cry a lot the time. But that's a lie, such a lie. I want you alive. Don't stay tied up in your past, right? Feel like something inside has died. Be angry, not violent. Don't be silent. No man is an island. Be angry, not violent. Don't be silent. No man is an island. Don't stop now. Feel it out. It doesn't have to be loud. Feel it out. Don't stop now. Feel it out. It doesn't have to be loud. They say don't see, they say don't feel, but I stop to breathe. And you agree, within you do, but on the outside you smile happily. 'Cause fuming madly is behaving badly. They say accept it all gladly. But in a revolution, it's just crucial for any resolution. Be angry, not violent. Don't be silent. No man is an island. Be angry, not violent. Don't be silent. No man is an island. Don't stop now. Feel it out. It doesn't have to be loud. Feel it out. Don't stop now. Feel it out. It doesn't have to be loud.